Marketplace?
Mike.
What is Marketplace?
Mike.
Like I need it. Yeah, no one has ever accused me of being too soft-spoken. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about Marketplace, okay? I want to start out here and I want to ground you a little bit, alright? Because I want to talk to you about specifically what it is and how it adds value into each and every one of your businesses, starting today. And what's going to happen here over the next few months, leading to an amazing launch event that's going to happen here on our 1-year anniversary. We officially declare to the world, we are here. Social commerce is not something we've just been talking about. It's real. And here's what we need. And no one will ever doubt it or question it ever again. Okay? But first and foremost, I want you guys to wrap your head around this. This is an additional value add in the overall Solavei mobile service proposition today. Okay? You don't go to Simple Mobile and get this kind of access. You don't go to T-Mobile and get this kind of stuff. No one else in the mobile industry has anything like this. So when you're talking about Solavei and you're talking about the opportunity of Solavei, when you frame it in its grand scale, and then you take them back to, oh, but it's only $49 unlimited voice, text, and data to get started. Then the aha button goes up, okay? Then they want to participate in something bigger. Everyone loves to be part of something bigger. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you're going to have all these great offers and discounts that you will be able to participate in. The value of membership is significant. Increasing that value is significant. One of the key things, and one of the key epiphanies about this business that I've had recently, is that a lot of people talk about you come in and the opportunity to share and to earn. But actually the opportunity starts merely with consumption. Because when you're buying $49 unlimited voice, text, and data, just writing that check every month means that someone else is benefiting. Your friend, family member, other people are participating in that value creation of something that you pay for every day anyway. Right? So just merely being part of Solavei is value. What this does is significantly increases that proposition, the value of membership, the value of being part of Solavei. Whether you choose to share and earn or not. Significant opportunity. You talk about framing that up. But, of course, because we're in the business of both sharing and earning, there's also the additional opportunities to participate in this market. To be able to participate when you and members of your personal network share. To be able to participate when members of your personal network consume. To be able to participate when yourself and members of your personal network also go out and sign new merchants and bring in new offers. We're going to talk about all that here. Okay? And then also from a leadership standpoint, the opportunity to participate on a network basis in everything that's happening and all the great value that's being created across the whole landscape. So that's the kind of the context I want you to be understanding this, right? Because what Marketplace is going to do is Marketplace is going to almost, I don't want to say by accident because everything's been on purpose, but we're not going to have to force this. This is going to just kind of happen. And when you see what it is and you see how it's going to work, I think you'll get my point in that you're just going to be sharing and people are going to be consuming these offers, they're going to be checking it out, and becoming part of Solavei is going to become a lot easier proposition. And we'll be scaling to 1 million members a lot more quickly than you probably used to before you see this presentation. Let's give some of that! Alright, so here's the first little look. Get out my pointer again. Is this blurry or is this just me? Is it blurry? This one isn't blurry. This one's blurry. Alright. So what you're going to have within my Solavei is you're going to have access. You're going to have visibility of what's going on in Marketplace. You're going to have visibility to the money you're saving, the money that you're earning through sharing, the money you're earning through your network. You're going to be able to see that every day when you go in. But in addition to that, and in many ways probably even most important in all this, and this is why I want you all got your listening ears on. You're all listening and paying attention right now. All right, this is the biggest thing. You see this right here? This is a featured offer, right? These featured offers are going to be highly personalized, highly relevant. I hear a lot of companies talk about that. It's the hot buzz thing. Everyone wants to talk about personal. Everyone wants to talk about relevant. But here's the thing. You are members of this. You want to get delivered personal stuff that matters to you. You want to give information to Solavei because you know Solavei will protect that information and only use it on your behalf. So think about it a second. We already know more about you than anyone else, right? We're going to know even more, and we're going to protect you. And we're going to be able to go out there and scout all the stuff that's available and bring back to you the stuff that matters most to you and that matters most to your friends and family that you want to share. So all that noise, you know, it's painful because I've had to actually subscribe to all these stupid services out there. They give all these offer services, right? I'm getting inundated every day with all this junk mail, right? That's the only thing they can do because they know nothing about you. Nothing. Nor do they care about you. I'm a means to an end. I'm lunch for them. I'm pork chop. Right? But when you absorb this reality, actually this is for you. This is for the membership. This is for the individual. And that we are actually going to be building all the capabilities to push to you what matters most. That is an aha moment. Can you hear an aha moment? Ah. So this is going to be the most relevant experience on the planet. Now I'm not saying that'll be that the first day we launch. But it'll be pretty cool the first day we launch, and it'll continue to progress down that path of relevancy. Okay. Now, here's your first view. I'm going to go over here where it's a little more clear. Here's your first view of Marketplace itself. So when you click through that module, or when you go to marketplace.solavei.com, what you'll see is you will see featured offers. You will see offers of a number of different categories. And here's what we've got. We've got the 3 standard categories today that exist in this offers business. There are prepaid offers where you pay $10, you get $20 worth of value. That's what Groupon is today, primarily. Then there's discounts, right? There's the ability to say, hey, so I can go here today and I'll get 10% off, or I go there and I get 20% off. So it's kind of dollars off discounts. And then there's also loyalty programs. So imagine all the punch cards you got jamming up your wallet purse today. Right? All those are going away. So you got your purple pay card, that is all you. Alright. Now here's when I get really excited. So we've been working on this a while. In some strange ways I've been working on this for 25 years. You think I'm kidding? So for those of you who
used to work for AT&T.
Who was in Bellevue in June? Alright, so I shared with you a little something in Bellevue that happened to me 25 years ago. All I can describe it as an event, an epiphany, a moment. And I was told that I had a purpose, and my purpose was to connect every man, woman, and child on this planet to each other in the collective intelligence of humankind. And I said, what? I was pretty terrified at the moment, so I didn't say it was. I tried to ignore it, quite frankly, and for many years I was pretty successful at it. But that was the first thing that was said, and I didn't quite understand what it was, but I found my way to wireless data as a way to actually fulfill that. And spent 20 years doing that, until literally the day the iPhone was launching. And I said, you know what? I actually see that. I actually feel that I kind of was able to make that in some way, participate in that happen. Well, the thing I've actually never told another human soul until right now on the stage, it's important to understand, is I was told something else. And I didn't understand it until we were working on this product. I didn't even understand it when I sat down with Ryan and when he told me about the vision he had. And I knew that I was pulled to this, but it was so far in my psyche that I didn't even really fully grasp it. But the second thing that I was told was, and when I tell you this, you might not even get what I'm saying now because I'm still forming in my brain, but what I was told is it's about consumables. It's about consumables. Products are forced on people. Consumables are choice. And it wasn't those exact words, but that's about the gist of it. That it's about consumables. People should be able to consume stuff that they want. Good stuff. They shouldn't be told to drink crap and feed their kids crap. They should have good stuff that they want. And they can put their hand up for it. And as we were putting this product together, I was like, we're actually going to be able to do that. And that for me is huge. Huge. That I now actually, I can even admit that I had that second thing happen because I had no idea what to do with that. And now I have something to do with that. Thank you. All right. So check this out. This might look like Groupon or Living Social. Yeah, it's great because we use a metaphor, right? So this is a metaphor. You'll have those type of offers in there. You can go and you can go to get your your $10 off or this and that. But check this out. It's a little hard to read here because it's small and because it's a little bit blurry. But that says Acme Insurance. Health insurance. Anyone need any health insurance? This whole country needs to solve the health insurance problem. How would you like to be able to get great value on your own health insurance and share it with your friends and family and make money when they're concerned? Right here, satellite TV. How would you like to be able to share an opportunity to consume satellite TV, get it at a discount, and be able to make money when your friends and family consume it? As we've been putting this together, what we've realized is that actually this fulfills the whole business plan. Because when you present it in this manner, and when you evolve the concept of what merchants will be able to do in connecting to this, and I'll take you through this in a minute, that you actually say to the merchants, and it's great, I'm having these conversations with a lot of these large merchants, these people who have huge businesses and great products from Shibi. And I say, how's the advertising thing going for you? And after a lot of grumbling, mutual bad dirty words, then we say, how about a different way? How about if I can plug you into a platform that offers directed consumption and directed distribution? They say, what do you mean? So what if I could put into a platform where people come in, people actually share with us the things that matter to them in a very, very intimate, personal way, of which we always protect the information, but we guide them to the things that are most relevant to them based upon the information. And then not only do they consume that stuff, but then they are the ones who carry that to their friends and family for their consumption. And they're like, well, that doesn't work. I've never seen that before. No, not yet. Not yet. But you will. And when you do, I literally had the board members giddy on the phone with this company I was talking to last week. Giddy. Because they're like, you mean to tell me that we can just put our offer in here, offer it at a great deal, offer a crazy commission for bringing in new people, and you'd load it into your system, your members would pick it up, your members would distribute it? I said, that's what we do. We're a social commerce company. And they said, whoa, that's big news! And I said, I know. That is big news. We call it solar. All right. So, now here's the other big news. Card linking. Now, card linking is a technology we didn't invent, but a technology we will certainly benefit from because it sounds like it's built for us, quite frankly. Talk about river moments. So what card linking does is it actually connects your card into these offers and promotions and discounts automatically. So you can load them up on the card. You can go in there, go into all the loyalty programs, go bing! Every single time that you go into all your places around and have those loyalty programs, you swipe your card and say, guess what? This is the fourth time you bought a sub. This sub's on us. If you say, oh, that's a great free sub, you know what it also is? That actually turns out to be a promotion of which my sponsor, his sponsor, are going to get a little something, something just because they brought me in. The ching-chang. All connected up in the card. All sitting in your wallet. Consume and repeat. Right? Direct consumption, direct distribution. Then you start building on that card. You start offering credit. You start offering the capability to put a lot more value behind that card. All those kinds of things are going to come as we build this. Building the value of that membership, building the value of participation, the value of having that card in your wallet. Right? Pretty cool, eh? Cool. Pretty cool. All right. So then when you break it down and you say, hey, so you click on one of these offers, you know what? You can go consume that, and that's great. You press that button and you go get yourself 40%. That's lovely. You go hit these buttons and a-chang, that's where the money gets earned. Right? So we are not going to be sending out emails from Solavei Marketplace to the world. We don't need to. No one's going to get no spam from us. You might get spam from you, but that's your choice. We all have our ways of marketing. But when you think about it, when we're exposing the offers that matter most to you, chances are pretty good that they probably matter to your friends and family that you're connected to. So you go and click those buttons, send it on off to them. We track exactly what's happening. They consume those offers. You cheat. You participate. Goes around, goes around, goes around. Right? That's all goodness. But also, and this is why I want to take you back, because this is big stuff. This is lofty stuff. For me, this is the stuff I live for, because I can see this happen. I can see in the next 3 to 5 years, this whole fundamental business transforming around consumption, consumer empowerment. People saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm willing to pay. I see this evolving to auctions, evolving to optimization. You know, all right, I'll keep watching my time here because I've got a special guest for you in the back here. I got to make sure he makes his plane. I promise when you wait. But I can give you a very simple one, which I think is a little wacky. But here's the kind of things that I think about in my wacky little brain. Why is there so many different kinds of toilet paper? Why is so much money spent trying to get me to use a different kind of toilet paper? I'm quite convinced there's got to be one optimal kind of toilet paper that does the job, properly breaks up in the septic tank, so I'm going to call that rotor dude, and is good on the environment. Right? There's got to be just one. So, how about we find one, and all of a sudden they just start buying it and telling everyone about it, right? Solve the toilet paper problem. And we'll start working on light bulbs, and maybe we'll start selling cars. Right? Because once we put our hand up, we say what it is that we want to consume, and we actually feel good about sharing, and we want our friends and family to consume, the power of that will drive the market. Drive the market. That makes sense. Alright, so here's some examples for you of the type of offers we're looking at. You know, we're not talking about little itty bitties here. We're talking about big companies. We're talking about national brands and offers. We're talking about things that you see every day, right? However, that's actually only part of this. And not even in some ways the most exciting part of this. It'll become the most exciting part when we have millions of members. And when we go knocking on Walmart's door and say, so, come Christmas, we're trying to decide, is Solavei shopping in Target or Walmart? Oh, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. I'm just a delivery boy.
Deliver it!
Stay out of the way and let it out.
Bring it, Jim.
So, but the coolest part of this whole thing, the whiz banger, if you will, if this wasn't enough, the coolest part of this whole thing is the actual merchant onboarding platform. So the merchant onboarding platform, which is, and there's a whole bunch of speeds and feeds things here, but let me just take you real quick here. It is not just a means for the merchants to go input orders, and input offers, and input goods and services. It's a whole facility for them to get on board this digital revolution. It's a website, a mobile site, it's a merchant page. It allows them to place their offers. It allows them to do promotions on Facebook and Twitter. It actually helps them build Facebook and Twitter pages. It gives them significant distribution, not just us, but distribution within other parties and other areas. right? It's very broad. It's the kind of thing when you sit across from your buddy who's running a pizza parlor, well, like, dude, you got to get on board this because this works. This is the same level of value and integrity of everything you want to distribute, except now it applies to adding value for that merchant, adding value for that local dude who's trying to make a living, who's trying to help out. You know what? He's the one who you're most interested in. That's where we have our connections today, right? So this is just a quick snapshot for you of what the dashboard looks like for the merchant. So they can go in there and they can set up their coupons, they can do events, they can do their rewards programs, and linking all these people up. And just imagine, if you think now, the logic of this, so we're doing these takeovers, these city takeovers, and we're doing it to prepare. We're sowing the seeds here, because then once Solavei is generally known, then you come knocking on the door and you say, hey, you got to get in on this, right? We can direct people to your doorstep today. Then it really starts to get powerful. But when I talk about this, it's not just onboarding these offers for these merchants. There's also things like optimizing your digital footprint. Like, this is just an example here. You go and you put in your address as a merchant, and it tells you all the different, basically how you're performing in the digital world. And this is an example here. There are things that you're not even in. No one can see you if someone uses that search vehicle to try to get you. They use the local capability. And when you sign up, we automatically go and make sure that you reach priority in all those areas. Because you know what? You're one of the Solavei peeps now. You're a Solavei merchant. You're part of the family. So we're going to make sure that everyone knows about you. We also offer optimized sites. We'll help build sites on Twitter and Facebook for you. Right? Now think about this connection for a moment. Here is a member sitting there saying, look, sign up, and I am going to become your #1 fan. I'm going to be liking your Facebook page. I'm going to be tweeting for you every day. I'm going to be driving traffic to your site. Right? Now check this out. This is unfortunate that you can't see this, but I'll tell you what it is. You see what this thing is here? This thing is, and I'll read it for you here. I can't even see it. But I'll tell you what it says. So what this says is, this says that certainly you've got, because when we do the return, we do a quick analysis of their area. And we say, it looks like you've got about 2,000 Solavei members in your neighborhood, right? But check this out. You've got like 30,000 credit card holders, because we're going to be connected up to the credit card companies as well. Right? And these offers will be federal. I'll tell you about that in a second. But you know what you got? You got over about 200,000 Facebook friend reach. Because when our Solavei members get a hold of this offer and send it to their friends, you are now in the social commerce platform. This kind of reach, what would you have to pay for that kind of reach there, Mr. Merchant? You know, it seems a bit audacious. Like, oh God, Groupon's got like 10,000 professional salespeople, and they're this and that, and then I'm like, not even a fight. Not even going to be fair. When people say, no, I just talked to the Solavei dude, and they go, yeah, I don't need any more of your crap Groupons. About lighting up all these merchants. We are powered by local merchants now.
Yeah, Solavei, yeah.
Right? Solavei in your window.
Woo!
Just imagine if you put an offer out that says, you know what, buy one, get one free. It's Friday night. Come on down. Imagine the Solavei party that's going to be happening at your restaurant. The good times you're going to have. Wear your gear. Enjoy. Right? It's just, it takes a little bit to crack your head around it a little bit. Once you start fitting into it and realizing that, again, we're not asking you to go out and sell merchants, because that's one of the things people said about this. They're like, Joe, that's a really hard job. That's a B2B thing. Professional people do that. And Yellow Pages has been trying for years. They've been crap at it for years. So you can't do that. But you can sit across the table in the booth with the dude who happens to be your friend and say, look, I can help drive traffic in your restaurant. And you know what? I'm going to make money on it. That's how you can believe I'm going to do it. pass down my house. The coupon dude ain't doing that. I think he lives in India making the phone call. Come on. It ain't even fair. Alright. So this slide here, this is a very nondescript slide that doesn't provide a lot of details because we're still working on it, quite frankly. But let me tell you kind of the structure that we're talking about here. Okay? So when you share this with people who are not yet Solavei members, right? You are going to receive compensation for their consumption. Makes sense. Your sponsor and their sponsor's is going to receive compensation for that sharing, right? It's all about that person member. Now you can see how all this makes sense. The changes we made and everything we've been working on. Okay? Anytime any member consumes, the sponsor and the sponsor are going to receive benefit from it. In addition to the member getting a great deal, right? When you actually, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, qualifying social member, because we do need to have a bit of a structure involved with going after these merchants. I'm going to tell you about that structure in a minute. But when you go out and sign merchants, you bring in new offers, you will benefit on a monthly basis, because this platform has a monthly subscription attached to it. So you're going to get a monthly benefit from that, as well as your sponsor and your sponsor's sponsor. I'm just going to keep repeating myself. But you're also going to participate in every single offer that gets generated and consumed by that merchant. So you think about that over time, and you go to land yourself some big fish, you could make, I gotta watch my legal because we're filming this, I'm not going to say it, Rick. You could do quite well. As well as you could do in your own efforts. And then last but not least, absolutely, social partner involvement is going to be a leader pool. So every month, we're going to look at all the money made in this thing. You know the way this business works? 50% of this is going directly into the membership. And there's going to be a pool of money at the end of the month, and that's going to get allocated into the leadership. Right? And there's going to be participation, probably it'll be some kind of proportional basis based upon size of network. So you see we've kind of covered the efforts of the individual, the efforts of the direct team, and then the efforts of the network. Right? Make sense? Like it? Like it? So, that's a lot to chew on. You all paying attention? Alright. So, but in order to make this work, it takes partnerships. Right? It takes a village to raise a marketplace. So, we have a number of things we're doing here. One, we're inputting additional offers from existing providers and aggregators. There's a lot of folks out there right now who have existing offers that are quality offers. The difference is that when you take them into the marketplace, you participate in them. So not only do you benefit from the discounts that you would have consumed otherwise, right? So I'll give you an example. Let's just say, for example, not to say the deal is done yet, but let's just say, for example, we do a deal with Living Social. So all the Living Social offers now become federated into Solavei Marketplace. Well, you could go to Living Social and actually consume that offer. However, you couldn't actually benefit from it other than its direct consumption. Right? There's no value in distribution to those offers. But that same exact offer in Solavei Marketplace now has the double bang. Right? It's the double value in its consumption and its value creation through distribution.
Invested in group bonding.
Right? So we can federate those offers coming inbound. Second thing is syndication of these offers, because there's going to be some high quality offers on stock. The ability to go and say, you know what, other people can consume those offers as well. And you benefit from those too. So you think about it, you're now selling to anyone. And that's why, you see now, my earlier slide, what I call about Bible, anyone can be part of this. Because you're going to be able to present this to anyone who could start consuming these offers. They don't have to be members yet. They can just consume the offer. And then you can start talking to them about Solavei and start moving them in. See, we've just taken the on-ramp and we've just made it So the gradual movement of members, you don't have become a member. It'll be that easy. But the third part, probably the most important part of this whole thing, is that it requires significant partnerships. And quite frankly, it requires someone who has significant scale, significant reach, significant existing relationships out there in the world of merchants. Someone who maybe is the largest processor of digital transactions on the planet. Maybe someone like First Data.
Bam!
A little company called First Data. First Data is huge. But, you know, I probably wouldn't do any good to say. I probably couldn't properly describe First Data. Probably would take someone who's actually the person who's in charge of innovation at First Data. Someone who's the guy who's actually coming up with the strategy behind this and mobile. The guy who actually is working with the likes of Google on Google Wallet. That's small beer compared to Solavei. I would like to introduce you to Ed Mock, Vice President of Innovation and Strategy at First Data.
Wow. When Jim said, hey, would you mind stopping by and saying a few things to a couple of my friends? I had no idea I had this many friends. Thanks, Jim. But no, yes, First Data, we do have the scale, as Jim said. As you see over here, we are by far the largest data processor in the world. We are global. We're in every country except for 2, and the only reason we're not in those 2 are because of embargoes. We have over, just in the US, we have over 6 million merchants that we support on a daily basis. We have, any ATM that you go to is probably one of our ATMs. So just in the US, we have 2.3 million. What most people don't realize is that we are by far the largest loyalty provider. We have over 200 million loyalty accounts that we process on a nightly basis. So anything from any kind of credit card points program, we probably manage on a nightly basis. Many employees, but one thing that we are starting to develop is something called OfferWise. Jim went through what OfferWise is as to what it looks like. Basically taking offers, enabling coupons, offers, loyalty programs to work real-time at a merchant's location. From a Sears to a local mom and pop. And then being able to tie that to a credit card or any sort of device. Okay. First Data saw, and I think Jim came to First Data talking about the idea on how to use this new platform. Very innovative platform. No one else is actually using it. And we have jumped on and said, absolutely, we want to be a part of this incredible movement. So First Data, with this reach, we pretty much touch every business in the world. And we pretty much touch every consumer through one channel or another in the world. So we do a lot of focus groups. We actually do focus groups to figure out how to do focus groups. A couple of those studies that we've done in looking at the consumer tells us a couple things about a consumer. First one is, mobile is very important. That's the way of the future. So you look at Solavei and you go, well, check mark on that one. You absolutely are leading that charge right there. The next one are social networks, not just in the US, but around the world. I think you're getting a handle on that one as well. So then you look at the merchant side, the small businesses, the large businesses, and what's very important to them when it comes to their market and their offers. 2 things really stand out. The first one is social networking. How can they leverage that and get the most out of that? I think we with Solavei can absolutely help them do that. Secondly is anything that they do, they want to feel like they're a part of a community. Okay, they want to do it within their community. And I think that is something very powerful that this group right here can bring to the business marketplace that's never been done before. You can now go into that door of that business and say, let me help you with your business. And oh, by the way, I have friends and family that I can get in here in the next week or 2 to really help you grow your business. That's something powerful that a Groupon, or a Living Social, or coupons.com, or a Retail Me Not cannot do. That's something that only
What
you
did
can
you
do,
say
and that's why First
can't
State
do that you
is
missed?
absolutely excited to partner with Solavei.
Same approach you took last night.
So as we go, I know you have a big event in September. Hopefully we can be a part of that as well.
Yeah.
Share with you that big event. And as, you know, we'll ensure that this gets taken care of. And this infrastructure, not just in the U.S., but around the world, definitely allows you to do what you're doing. So thank you for bringing this opportunity to First State.
This just became a no-brainer. Did you know anyone that's got an extra? I use First Gas, so I'm calling the guy that sold me.
So we starting to get the idea now? Yeah, so Ed actually literally,
I'm trying to get billboard tickets to
literally just come up and tell you guys how excited First State is to partner with us. Now he's racing the airport, and I hope he makes his play. Thank you, Ed! So, let's talk for a moment about the timeline. Because this has gotten a little bigger than what we were thinking about when we first started thinking about doing this in January. Not that we started thinking about it in January, we put it on the rails in January. So here's what we're going to do here to make sure we get this right and to make sure that we really capitalize on this as we go bring this national. So the first thing is, starting here in mid-July, is when we're going to start onboarding local merchants. That's when we're going to open up the merchant side of this platform. That's when we really want to start engaging with those local merchants, because we want thousands upon thousands of merchants coming into this platform in July and August and September. We want to really, really make this a robust offering before we launch in consumer base. So that's when the first part will happen here. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to say, look, in order for you to go out there and be talking about the social commerce revolution, be properly armed, like any good military operation, you know, we wouldn't just put you out there in the field. You got to be trained. You got to know what you're doing before you go out and engage, right? So what we're saying is that you're going to need to be a social partner in order to be qualified to go out and sell merchants. So if it's true, that ain't a problem, right? But keep this in mind then. When someone comes in, they're like, wow, this is exciting. What do I got to do? Well, you got to go start getting your trios, my friend. Right? You got to get the social partner. You get the social partner, now you move on to the next level. The second thing we're going to have it pretty straightforward, but you're going to have to go through a little qualification process. It'll be online. There's some information that you're going to have to understand before you can go out and you can go talk about what this merchant program is. And it's going to take some work to get it right, but starting in July, we're going to work it, and we're going to work it together. I'm not going to say we're going back to beta world. I think I'm told never to say that word again. Although now it's almost a year, we finally recall those times, don't we? I know my family never wants to live through that again. Well, but now I have plenty of time, because now Ed left and I don't feel bad anymore. So let me tell you a quick funny story about the beta. Can I indulge for a moment? All right. So, we're in the throes of it. You're all in the throes of it. You were there early, right? And it's a Saturday, and it's my son's birthday, and I hadn't been around much. But I said, on your birthday, we are going to this amusement park, and I am riding every ride with you. It is your day. We get to the park, and our system goes down. And I'm on the phone with India, I'm on the phone with anyone and everyone who I can scream at, and I'm online in all these various rides. And because I promised him we're going on these rides. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, well, I'm on and I'm screaming at people, and we're going ride to ride. And after about the third or fourth ride, it was one of these crazy rides where you're going literally the cage spins 360s. And I'm on the phone, and the phone falls out of my hand. And the phone is bouncing up and around this cage. And all you hear are these, and it was the funniest thing, because when it hit, the speaker went on. And you hear these Indians screaming. And the phone is bouncing. And CJ and I are just cracking up dying. Brother, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I was learning this car crash or something. Now, the sad part about that story, actually, I'll talk about in a second, is that the phone got jammed in the bottom of the cage, and I thought I lost the phone, and CJ was so excited. I don't know anything about the phone. Yes, and I continued to call. But neither here nor there, we will not do that again. I don't think I would have a family anymore if I did that again, so we won't do that again. We won't do that to you again. But what we are doing is taking the time to make sure we get this right. So starting in July, we're going to bring in merchants, we'll work the platform, we'll work the process, we'll work the training, and then from there, as we get into August, we're going to start bringing up the consumer side of it. We'll start testing that. We're not calling it a beta, calling it a test. Very different. And then, come September 21, on our one-year anniversary, we will officially launch this to the world, and nothing ever will be the same ever. Pretty cool. All right. So what do you got to do today? How do you walk away and say, now what? Get ready to enroll merchants. And the way you do it is, you got to get the social partners. So tell your team, get the social partner. Let's work on bringing in members. Because remember, members are going to drive all this. Okay? We get 1 million members, and we control the game. And the consumer will rule the day. Solavei members will rule the day. Okay? So you got to get there. So you want to take this. You want to, kind of add this as a little bit extra seasoning in your pitch about what's happening with mobile service and all the great things coming, but get in today. Get started today. Get your self-service moving over. Get all your things going. Start building your team. Before you know it, man, summer's going to be over, and we are rock and roll with the next stage of this thing. So you want to get in, and you want to make sure that you got it all happening when that happens. You want to be social partner because you want to be participating in, I have no other way to say it, Rick, but a gravy trade. Hello? If you work according to your own requirements and your own efforts, you may have a gravy trade. Every single time these merchants present offers out there, you cheat. All right, you get the point? We good?
Yeah!